YouTube, what's going on with y'all, man? Welcome to Vontae's world. Hey, now look, if you're new, subscribe down below, man. Show your boy some love and join the squad. You know, I got plenty of reactions coming, and this is just what we getting into. You smell me? But look, today, right, we got a reaction. As y'all can see, I typed in best gangster games, man, because that's something I wanted to, try something different. You know what I mean? Because I've been into like the gangster games. I ain't gonna lie, like GTA, Mafia, Fight for New York, San Andreas. All the gangster games, man. We know how to go. True crimes, all them joints. So we about to see what they do. I think it says top 10 best mafia and gangster games, and we're gonna see if they top 10 is on point for real. So y'all tap in with me.
These are the games that are impossible to just forget about. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 mafia and gangster games.
No more attempts on my father's life.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be focusing on the best games that feature tropes and characters related to organized crime from across the globe. Given the subject matter, some mature content may follow.
So we gotta use our heads, or rather one head. Your head.
Number 10, The Warriors.
Can you dig it?
For sure. This was my shit. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I gotta keep it 100 here. This game was my shit. The fighting in it, brutal. You fighting like 10 niggas. You got about 5 with you. Y'all gotta figure it out, you know what I mean? And if shit get too deep, you gotta stab out, run, you know what I mean? Get away from them niggas. It's a whole bunch of war shit, but it's fun as hell, man. If you never played Warriors, man, shit, I'll play that shit now. But again, the graphics is kind of trash, but it's good though. It's a good game. But I probably would still play it now, to be honest with you. So.
Oh, we can definitely dig it. Based on the ultra-stylish cult classic film of the same name, this third-person brawler doesn't just retell the movie, but expands upon it. Players take on the role of several members of the Warriors, a gang whose bonds of brotherhood are just as tight as their sweet vests.
Do you think you're the only one around here with artistic talent? Huh. Come on, let's get out of here.
Forced to make their way back home after being framed for murder, the Warriors will fight, run, and tag their way through New York City, all while facing off against several other eccentric and colorful gangs. The game's gonzo atmosphere, deep fighting system, and mission variety make for a brutally fun ride, whether you're bopping alone or with a friend.
How do I look? The vest is looking fine, but you're looking a little banged up, young blood.
For sure.
Number 9, Scarface, The World Is Yours.
Take your power, man!
Ooh, over 50 Cent, Tony Montana was the original bulletproof gangster. In this sequel to the classic 80s mob film, the Cuban-American kingpin survives the big shootout at his Miami mansion and rebuilds his empire while tearing down everyone who wronged him. Ridiculous premise aside, The World Is Yours successfully recaptures the neon and synth-infused tone of the film, giving the game a unique personality.
Listen to her. Jeffrey is a pussy. That's why he's a lawyer.
Combined with solid open-world driving and shooting, as well as an uncanny Al Pacino impression by Andre Celiuso, Scarface is a licensed game that, like its protagonist, fought against all the odds to come out on top.
By the way, Scarface the movie, classic, bro. If they had a Hall of Fame for classic movies, Scarface would be in there. And I don't feel like nobody would disagree. Like, Scarface was a movie that, bro, like, it was just fire, and it will always be, like, legendary. I never played this game. I'm just, I'm tuning in now, but I never played the game. But the movie, cold, bro.
Some help from his little friend, of course. Number 8, Saints Row 2.
Oh, yeah. Saints Row.
When Grand Theft Auto got gritty, its rival got wacky. The sequel to a competent GTA clone, Saints Row 2 is when the series made a name for itself as a crime simulator that, refreshingly, didn't take itself too seriously.
Hey, tweaking.
What's good, Fortnite? Emily here. The invasion's over and Chapter 2...
Shout out to Fortnite.
As the leader of the 3rd Street Saints, you'll embark on the usual open-world missions as you take over the city of Stillwater. However, the real fun begins when you start unlocking ludicrous side missions, including committing insurance fraud by ragdolling all over traffic, spraying sewage on suburban houses, and
I remember all this.
And, by the way, all of this can be done naked. So, if you're tired of grim color palettes and angsty heroes, you gotta give this gem a try.
See what I'm saying to y'all? Like, Saints Row, bro, was one of the best games, bro. Like the first one and the second one. But then people start doing like weird shit, and the way they made the game, it like threw it all the way off, and it messed the whole series up. That's why I'm hoping for this one that drops in February, bring us back just a little bit. And if it don't, that's just gonna be a sad day in history. But Saints Row 1 and 2 is legendary. I mean, we'll see though.
Daddy, I just bought that table.
Number 7, Sleeping Dogs.
Where have you been?
Oh yeah, Sleeping Dogs was raw.
It's Hong Kong.
The only thing more dangerous than a gun-toting gangster is a gun-toting gangster who's masters martial arts. Sleeping Dogs puts players in the shoes and occasionally bare feet of Wei Shen, an undercover cop who navigates both the densely packed streets of Hong Kong and the complicated hierarchy of the local triads.
I'll go talk to Benny, make him see reason.
Yeah, you go do that. The bone-crushing fighting, over-the-top driving, and acrobatic shooting are entertaining in their own right. But it's the tense story and unique, fully realized setting that are the real stars of the show. Hong Kong feels as lively as the real thing, and Wei Shen is a great character with real motivations. Now, if only his singing was as good as his fighting.
Yeah, man. I always did horrible at that
Number
shit.
6, The Godfather.
Thank you. Tom, please tell Don Corleone how grateful Frankie and I are.
One of the best gangster movies of all time, also got a pretty good video game adaptation. As a fully customizable member of the Corleone family, players can live out and participate in some of the most memorable scenes in the film, including the placing of a certain horse's head in a certain bed.
Damn.
I'll deliver the package to Mr. Ross.
Adding to the authenticity is the return of several actors from the original film, including Robert Duvall, James Caan, and even the legendary posthumous Marlon Brando, who reprises his role as Don Corleone one last time. Combined with solid gameplay and a beautifully realized 1940s era New York City, playing this game is basically an offer you couldn't refuse.
I won't forget it. You can count on that.
Number 5, Yakuza 0.
Oh yeah, I used to play this game too,
Gangster game
Yakuza.
that also doubles as a Disco Star simulator. This prequel to the long-running Japanese series tells the story of a young Kazuma Kiryu and Goro Majima in a story that deftly mixes brutal drama with zany humor. The Yakuza series' simple but fun combat returns, along with a huge variety of places to explore and mini-games to play. The side quests are more than just fun distractions, however.
Honestly, Yakuza, right? Like for me, Yakuza was it was a good game. The fighting was lit, but somewhere along the way, you could like the side quests and all that type of stuff. It could get boring for me. You know what I mean? But Yakuza, not to knock Yakuza, it's a good game though. Especially if you love fighting and all that. Sleeping Dogs also, you know. But yeah, let's keep watching.
However, as each one helps to immerse the player fully in the game's late 80s world. The different gameplay styles allow for constant fun and surprises, and the story expertly weaves the lives of its protagonists together for a one-of-a-kind experience. Number 4, Max Payne.
Oh yeah. Now look, Max Payne got live, bro. Look. Max Payne got live. I'm here to tell y'all. That boy was catching bodies. Look at him.
The game has more wordplay than a Scrabble World Championship. A neo-noir third-person shooter that owes as much to the film genre as it does to video games. Max Payne tells the story of, well, Max Payne, a grizzled cop whose parents must have had a pretty wicked sense of humor.
You can't just hurt me in cold blood?
Just keep telling yourself that.
After the death of his family at the hands of violent junkies,
Oh
Max
yeah.
is forced to clear his name and seek vengeance on the people who wronged
He
him.
snapped.
The gameplay mixes the stylish gunfights of a John Woo movie with the slow-motion action of The Matrix, all presented in the form of an over-the-top film noir. A gritty crime saga with moments of self-aware humor? Yep, Max's Payne is definitely our game.
I could hear Punchinello on the phone begging for help. He should have been saying his goodbyes.
Number 3, Grand Theft Auto 3.
Oh yeah. I used to play this shit all the time.
One of the first 3D gangster games is also one of the best. Despite being the third entry in the series, GTA 3 is where the franchise came into its own, creating a whole new genre of open-world action games. The title gave players the ability to explore the entirety of Liberty City, with plenty of cars to race, gangs to fight, and targets to assassinate.
It was fire. Ooh.
The story is a well-plotted tale of revenge, but it was the open-world sandbox and infinite gameplay possibilities that kept players coming back for more.
For sure.
While all of the Grand Theft Auto series focuses on gangsters, We felt that the mafia-centric story of Grand Theft Auto 3 was the best fit for this list.
Get a cartel gang car and eliminate him. The Yakuza must blame the cartel for this declaration of war.
Number 2, Mafia 2.
Could prove useful.
Fire.
Come with me, boy.
After a first installment that was acclaimed for its engrossing story and attention to detail.
All the Mafia's fire. If you don't got them and you ain't play them, go play them right now. Go download them. I'm telling y'all. If if you got the bread and whatnot, I would suggest, man, why not, man? I'm telling you, these games they exciting.
Developer 2K Czech created an even more ambitious
Look at
sequel.
him.
Players take on the role of Vito Scaletta, a World War II veteran
jail.
plunged into a life of crime in order to pay his father's debts.
This the guy? Yeah, this is Vito.
The game's sprawling story spans several years and takes you through the highs and lows of being a gangster. It also features several effective character moments that builds Vito's relationships with his fellow mafiosi. Mob movies often talk about the importance of family, but Mafia 2 feels like you're part of one. Just be sure to obey those traffic laws, eh?
Hey, you coming in for some drinks?
It's 3 in the morning. Shut the hell up.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Oh, the honorable mentions. Oh yeah, True Crime.
1. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
You picked the wrong house, fool! Hey, Big Smoke! It's me, Carl!
San Andreas better had got number 1. Or I was gonna trash this whole video. I'm just being honest. San Andreas was the hardest one, bro.
Chill!
What GTA 3 started, San Andreas perfected. Set in a fictionalized version of California during the 1990s, this game is one of the most ambitious and controversial of its generation. The protagonist, Carl C.J. Johnson, is a multifaceted character who's just looking to do right by his moms, but ends up getting dragged into the underworld by a huge cast of unsavory characters.
Try not to kill any more respected police officers.
That officer used to get on my nerves, bro, in the game. Dude used to get on my nerves all the time. Like, bruh, this nigga was like a gangster himself. I'm like, damn, why you sweating me, man? He stayed on our jock for real.
Players are given more freedom than ever to customize everything from their cars to their appearance as they guide CJ through an exciting and politically charged story that escalates from turf wars to airplane shootouts to an all-out riot. With memorable characters and engrossing locations, San Andreas is a gangster's paradise. Except for that one train mission. Ugh.
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
Yeah.
Do you agree with our picks?
Yeah.
Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo.
He said, dude, we agree with it. I think a lot of what was in this list I rock with. I'm not gonna lie. Grand Theft Auto 3, fire. Mafia, fire. Look, but more than anything, San Andreas going number 1 is well deserved. One thing I felt like they made a mistake at, though. They didn't have Fight for New York in there. Why you didn't have Fight for New York? Fight for New York is a slept-on game. That should be in the Hall of Fame of games, bro. Like, it's certain games they are sleeping on. Even True Crime New York City, True Crime LA. Like, for him not to have put those videos, like, I said those videos, for them to not put those games in the list, this is his list, so I can't go against his list. That's his list. But if I was to make my own list, look, man, my shit would be crazy. I got to be honest with y'all, man. But look, if y'all enjoyed the video, like down below. If you new, subscribe down below. And I'm going to catch y'all next time. And y'all enjoy y'all day. Peace.